And there I was in the Louvre staring at the Mona Lisa. And the only thing I could think, it's way smaller than I thought it would be. Oh, what's up, guys? Welcome to the You Normie Show. It's your boy Justin.
It's your boy Tage.
And it's going to be a great, we're getting close up to the holidays.
We are.
So I don't know exactly when this is going to come out, but it's going to be pretty close.
Yeah.
Maybe like a week or two out
Mm-hmm.
from the Christmas times.
Yeah.
Just wanted to acknowledge it. I feel like it should be said.
I tried to look for Christmas stuff, and little did I know the thing I was looking at was 2.5 hours long. It was like a Lord of the
2 hours
Rings.
and 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
2 hours and 40 minutes. What in the fuck?
Yeah, the disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Yeah, which I still haven't seen in a very long. I really wouldn't mind watching it. But
How old were you when you watched it?
oh God, well, when did it come out? 2014.
2010 it came out.
Really?
Yeah.
I hadn't graduated high school. I
You watched
probably
it?
watched it the year it came out.
You watched it in 2010? So you were a junior in high school?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
I can't believe you had the attention span to watch a 3-hour movie.
I don't think I did. I'm going to be honest with you. I think I probably fucking either zoned out or did something else. Because, so, Jones was the bigger Haruhi fan.
Okay.
Yeah, he loved her most of all. And I was just kind of like, you know, I was on board because that was an anime that Jones wanted to watch.
From my small interactions and knowledge of Jones,
Mhm.
Haruhi just does not seem like the kind of thing that man likes.
I know. Well, so that was one of the first animes he got into that wasn't Dragon Ball Z because I wanted him to get into anime. And this was also during the time where I would just kind of take any anime I could find on any website. I didn't know to go on to anime websites. And so he ended up somehow finding Haruhi Suzumiya. And he identified, like, he loved, I forget the main character dude. I can't, it was something with a K, wasn't it? I think.
I have no recollection.
Either way, he identified with the main character dude who just wanted, he kind of like slice of life anime guy. He just wanted to do fuck all. He was like, I just want to go to school, live my normal life, and then move on. Jones loved the idea that this one chick was like, nah, we're going to do cool ass shit. I'm hot as fuck, and I'm going to attach to you. Let's do this. He loved that idea. And so I was like, hey man, to each his own. But I remember we watched all of it. I loved it. And I of course.
Even the 6 episodes of the same episode?
Dude. Again, because we were finding this on legal sites. There wasn't it just said episode 7. It just said episode 7. It didn't say like no one told us that it was like 4 fucking episodes of the same fucking episode with one minor thing changed. And so we thought some fuckers uploaded the same episode constantly. And so we're like, what the fuck is going on? We were losing our shit. For like almost like a couple hours, we sat there going through multiple videos being like, dude, what? Googling. You're like, are you like, is this the same episode? And
I did, that happened to me while I was watching it on an actual anime site.
Fuck.
I don't remember if it was Crunchyroll or Funimation, but I was watching it on there.
Yeah.
Next episode started and I was like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Next episode started. The fuck's going on?
Yeah.
And then I started to check back and see if I was actually going to the next episode or if it was restarting the episode.
Yeah.
Furiously Googling,
Yeah.
looking it up on Reddit.
Yep.
Started just typing in, what the fuck is wrong with the show?
Yeah, dude. I really feel like 4 was an unnecessary number of episodes to do that too.
It was absurd that
Yeah.
they actually did that.
I still like the premise of Haruhi Suzumiya. I still think that's kind
Oh,
of
the
like,
show's great.
I think that's one of the that's one of the animes that like that's like a classic. Like when you people talk about anime and you mention Haruhi Suzumiya, everyone's kind of like, mm-hmm. Like I have yet to hear someone that's like, fuck that show. I've never heard it. So it kind of feels good to, because I remember watching it like, this is such a fucking weird concept. God got bored and is a hot high school girl because she's bored. And if, for the love of God, if you don't keep this chick entertained, we're gone. And it was like, what? And the guy like explaining it to everyone's so casual, like, yeah, so no pressure, homie. But when you wake up, you're on the clock. Go.
Isn't that show the first light novel adaptation as an anime?
No way. That walked so all of these animes could run.
Yeah, I think that's the first one. I think that pioneered
Oh
that
my
as a
God.
thing.
That's amazing if it is.
Maybe I might be completely wrong, but I thought there was something about Haruhi Suzumiya that was the originator of what it is.
That's fucking dope. I remember that was another because I didn't know anything about Japanese life or any form of like how their high school went, and so I remember they had clubs, and Jones and I were like, "What the fuck doesn't our high school have clubs that aren't just sports club
Or things that no one actually cares about. You
Yeah.
show up and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was like, I want that. That sounds dope, but in hindsight, I don't actually want that. That sounded like a lot of work that I wouldn't do.
But yeah.
I want to go home. I
Yeah.
don't want to hang out at school.
No, I was the opposite. I wanted to do everything the school had to offer, so I never had to go home.
Jesus Christ, dude! What are you are Haruhi Suzumiya.
I am not.
You are, dude.
Don't put that evil on me. I am the main character from Yoka.
Yeah, dude, you can't even yell at fucking Jones because he identified you identified with it. You identified with
that's the thing.
Isn't that the same studio? No,
Kyoto?
Right? Yeah,
I think Kyoto did both of them.
Dude, Kyoto is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
Absolutely fantastic.
well, and if Jones identifies with that kind of thing, then he should watch
He might
Yoka.
have. He slays anime. I remember last time I checked in with him, he was like, "Oh, I watched that." I was like, "Damn, dude, what the fuck? You watch a lot of fucking damn. You got me beat."
Yeah, if he just identifies with somebody who wants to do nothing,
Yeah,
wants to stay inert.
Yeah.
And then there's somebody else who's in the clubs and stuff that gets him to live a
Yeah.
life. That is the premise of Hyoka.
damn.
The dude doesn't even want to move.
I'll recommend it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he had his way, he wouldn't waste the energy, in his words,
Yeah.
waste the energy to get up out of bed.
Dude,
So why would he do anything else?
fuck yeah. I will say the show was cool, but I liked more of I think I was still pretty new to like animes that weren't Dragon Ball. So I just kind of like jumped on it.
You just needed a bunch of fighting.
Yeah, well, I just in general, I was like, I don't really care what it is. I will, I'll just kind of watch. And so any like Haruhi Suzumiya, I was like, I'll watch, but it still had a gripping subject, so I was entertained. But I remember like I liked Mikuru, that was her name. Yeah, because tits,
Damn, bro.
bro.
You've just been a monster since the day you were born.
Yes,
Just
absolutely.
crazy.
Yep. What's funny
Dude.
though is back then I was, going for the curvier chicks.
You still are.
No, I like the flat chested ponytail girls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you still want the butt.
Oh, of course. Yeah, no, I'm all about that. But I'm saying like Mikuru versus the other girl that was in there, the nerdy girl with the short blonde. Like,
Yeah. Oh, so you didn't like lollies back then.
that's
now
not
you
not
do.
at all what I'm saying. You
So when
son
you
of
were
a
a
bitch,
kid-
dude, that's not at all what I'm
So
saying.
when you were a kid, you wanted the older girls,
yeah.
older curvy girls.
Mhm.
And now that you're not a child anymore, you want the lollies.
No. See, I'd say like lollies is definitely a term that you're tossing in there, and I don't think that it even equates at all. So,
What's your top 5?
dude, you haven't even said the name of the show that we're doing.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to it yet
Yeah.
because it just went straight to talking about Haruhi.
Oh yeah, fuck, I forgot. Whoops.
Yeah, we're not watching Haruhi, by the way. We
Yeah.
talked a lot about it,
Maybe a little bit.
but
Like a little bit.
what? Maybe a little bit what?
Maybe like a little bit.
What are you talking about? That we talked about it or that we're going to watch it? Because we're not watching it.
Guys, let's keep that on open playing field because
I mean, we'll probably watch it sometime,
Yeah.
but we're not watching 3 hours of it today.
damn it.
The fuck do you want from me? I have class tomorrow.
All right, what are we watching?
We're watching Blue Period.
I'm fucking hyped for this.
Yeah, this is my choice.
Yeah.
I really wanted to watch it because, I'm not really a fan service fan,
Mm-hmm.
and I like isekai fine, but I don't really go out of my way to watch isekai. I feel like I've watched a lot of it in my life.
Mm.
I don't need more.
I will say, I'm not gonna lie. I know that you also watch anime, but I'll also be like, sorry,
Why?
because a lot of things that I recommend are isekais.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, it was funny last time when you were like, "Oh, I just need an isekai," and all I could think was, "How many fucking isekais does he need?"
Yeah, dude.
Just
Sometimes, a lot of times.
I know you were watching, you were listening to some of our older episodes
Mm-hmm.
of the podcast.
Yep.
And you messaged me that we were talking about isekai, and it made you really want to watch more.
Yeah. Dude, yeah. You were explaining it. You were like, no, I mean, it's a great concept. And then you broke down all of isekais, and I'm sitting there in my chair drawing a penis, and I'm just like, it's fucking amazing.
Just slid that in there.
Yeah, I gotta have. Well, no, it was out, but the your puzzled face. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I very much was. I think I still love the idea of just starting over, but still,
Shipping off to a different world.
yeah, shipping off to Boston. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
that was your world.
yeah.
LA's your isekai. You did it. You lived your dream. You just didn't know it was happening during the
You
time.
lived your dream. Yeah, but it didn't have a hot goddess come down and be like, "You're gonna travel to this land."
Linda.
She's the main character I fell in love with when I landed in the world.
No.
I need a hot goddess to toss me in.
She's the hot goddess that you found when you got here.
Don't goddess, dude.
I can goddess if I want to.
Dude,
Don't tell me what I can or
that
cannot
should
do.
be a Justin shirt. She's a goddess.
She's a
Just
goddess. I don't know how to
D,
make it.
capital D-E-S-S.
Yeah.
She's a goddess.
I don't know. Yeah, that it would have to be something interesting to make people understand that I'm calling her a goddess.
Yeah.
But I will say, Blue Period, I was really drawn to it because it's not a bunch of fantasy and tits and stuff.
How dare you?
Because I'm a big fan of, well, we got to be, I don't fucking, how dare you when you're choosing this guy to TikTok shit. My man's over here finding anime recommendations from TikTok. I'm finding my anime recommendations from good, reliable sources like Giguk. Okay?
The man with the biggest thighs
Hey,
next
hey,
to him.
hey. Don't you dare. He's in a committed relationship. It doesn't matter that he's
He is.
covered in filth himself.
He is, yeah.
He spurs you on.
He does.
God damn it.
He does.
Garnt.
Damn.
What are you? I'm naming him.
Fuck.
I'm first naming him.
Shit.
You're making the filth come out of my partner over here.
Oh, goddamn.
Did you just give yourself a little bit of an accent there?
Yeah.
Don't talk about my people like that.
What? What?
How dare you? I'm a Midwest boy.
Oh, sorry.
You're putting that accent on as if you're a Midwest boy also with a Boston Red Sox hat on. The fuck out of here, Easterner.
Fuck out of here.
God, you're from that cold Eastern climate, East Northern climate.
Fuck.
Patriots, bastard.
Shh. I'm sorry.
Fuck off.
Fuck off. Just like an inconsolable anger is building. Man, calm down. Fuck
I
yourself.
was thinking about New England, and it makes me want to fucking shake babies. I can't deal with it. Fucking Tom Brady makes me hate Florida now, too. Son of a bitch.
Fuck Tom Brady.
Fucking hell. Tampa Bay.
Hope he go kisses his fucking dad
Go
down there.
fuck yourself. Well, he's kissing his kids.
Oh, that's right. His kids, too.
Yeah.
He's kissing everyone.
Dude, there's something wrong with that guy.
Mm,
There's something mentally unstable about Tom Brady.
yeah.
He's overrated quarterback also.
Agreed.
Come at me.
Fuck him.
Fuck off. I'll beat the shit out of anybody who comes my way trying to talk about Tom Brady being good.
I don't have a single standing foot for talking about football, but fuck him.
You're on the right side.
There you go.
You're on the correct side of history right there. Fuck Tom Brady. Piece of shit. We're going to watch anime now. It's Blue Period. It's about art. It's like, I think it's like a slice of life thing. Justin's choice.
Yeah.
We'll see you on the other side. Woo! I found us in the show.
Fuck you. Fucking hate you.
That old woman used to be nasty, bro.
Dude.
Nasty.
What a fucking teacher. What up?
Okay, you barely fucking saw her. We don't even know what she's like right now. You just know that she is a mom.
I'm down.
They're gonna be a love.
Dude, no.
Hey, let the love bloom. Like an early morning flower.
He got it. Oh.
It's the first time I've ever had a real conversation with people in his life.
His boys accepted him.
No, they didn't. They shit it on. One of these days, I'm going to try out the Van Gogh method and see if I can give a girl my ear and it'll work. I don't think it worked for him either, but
Yeah. Weren't they already like breaking up though? Like wasn't that like an on and off relationship?
I think he was a dick bag
Yeah.
and she hated him.
Yeah.
And he did that as a but I love you.
Jesus
And
Christ.
wow, I'm gone too.
Yeah,
You
red
hand me
flags.
a body part?
Yeah.
Jeez.
What body part, though?
Any body part.
I think what they choose is very sentimental, you know?
Tell me what part of a body you'll be fine with them handing you.
What could I live?
No, not one that you're taking off yourself.
No. What could... This is gonna sound mean. What could it's like I forget what comedian said this, but like what could I live with them not having? I guess an ear. An ear is perfect.
Jesus Christ. dude.
Spot
No,
on.
I'm out.
Spot on, bro.
You're still going to be with somebody when they hand you a severed body part of them.
Yes.
No, I can't deal with that. We're going to talk about the show now because
Okay.
you need to get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. We just got done with Blue Period,
Yeah.
and I'm sold on it.
Oh yeah.
I really appreciate the show.
Yep.
I don't think you have to be someone who did or has ever been a part of art. You just have to be somebody who has ever had a passion in your life.
Yeah.
And whether you had it at a young age or any time,
Ever cared about something?
yeah, I think you can associate yourself with it.
Yeah.
And even take something from what the teacher has to say.
Dude, that teacher was amazing.
She just got to the core of it every time.
Yeah.
She didn't have a whole lot of words, but the words she had really
Absolutely.
got in there.
She even I knew teachers in high school that were kind of like, no matter what, they were human. And so like when you talk to them, or like they overheard you talking, they'd just join in. I loved those teachers. I had a teacher, an English teacher. He was huge on just trying to get people to care about literature. And like he always had, because we always had like reading time or whatever. And it was like you had to have something to read because they just wanted to encourage reading something you cared about. And if you didn't have something, unlike the other teachers, he had something to read, but he didn't want to just have something. He wanted to have selections of everything. So he had huge bookshelves in the class that, now looking back, he must have added.
Yeah, he brought all his own books there.
Yeah, I know he said he's had like a $13,000 collection of comic books multiple times. He told me that he used to collect comic books. But if you were a nerd, he gave you comic books. He brought magazines. He had teen books, romance books, horror books. He had every selection. So if you weren't sure what you wanted, he was ready for you. And so if you ever wanted to talk about something after class, he'd just talk to you for hours about whatever subject.
That's crazy too, because I have a ton of books. I've multiple bookshelves at home with all different types of books that I like to read. And I'll lend them out to people to read.
Yeah.
Because I like it when people enjoy a book or may enjoy a book that I've recommended or I think they might like it.
Yeah.
But if people just walked in, multiple people, and started pulling off my shelves, I'd fucking lose my mind.
Oh, no, he gave them. He would only offer them. Nobody just walked up and took his books.
Oh, okay, so you would,
Yeah.
but even so, if people walked in, they're like, oh, I want to read a book. If multiple people, like a classroom full of people,
Oh, yeah.
were in there, and they
Yeah.
all started pulling them, I can't even keep track of this.
Yeah.
Y'all need to. So I commend that guy
Yeah.
for having all that.
He had the compendium of The Walking Dead. I read that before it came out.
Oh, you were there before it was cool?
Yeah, I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just like that kind of thing of like, and if you cared about anything, like looking at the yearbook, he was in, I think he was, because you needed a teacher for each class or club or whatever. And so each club, like you'd see, he was in like 5 or 6. Because if you went to him and you were like, hey, I care about this thing, he'd be like, okay, I'll be the teacher for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So he's
Just
very
a good guy.
Yeah. And so kind of like that teacher, kind of like that moment when they were talking, he was like, oh, I'm going to draw boobs. And she was just like, okay, then draw boobs. If that's what you care about, make them big. Make them like, she was like really excited
like
for him.
whatever you like about the boobs, you need to express artistically.
Yeah. And it was just, yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah.
It was an interesting look into some of the stuff just because that guy, he seems like he's always with his buddies and they're very sports oriented and he's like the guy's guy and he smokes with them, but only with them because he's a social smoker.
I love that she caught like the main character girl absolutely crushed him on that.
Yeah.
She just holding it. She's like, it's full. So I'm assuming you're a public smoker. I was like, damn.
Just social, just with the people.
Yeah.
To look cool with them.
Yep.
But it's kind of, that's how you have to, you don't have to, but that's how it is with a lot of dudes.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really express how you feel about things or show what your passions are around people unless you're You're just talking about sports, video games. Video games are even kind of a new thing to express yourself about.
Yeah.
It used to be, oh, you go home and just play video games all the time.
Oh yeah. That was
What a joke.
terrible. Oh
Yeah.
my God, yeah.
So you wouldn't talk about it. You wouldn't say I went home and played Mega Man for however long, or I went home and played this Call of Duty forever.
And also another thing about same thing, caring was something that was big, especially when I was younger, and I'm assuming still today. Is showing that you cared about something. It was kind of a
death sentence. You don't care about stuff.
No, even if you do it every fucking day. Like I remember, like the popular kids, like you'd hear them like they live and breathe for football. That was their favorite thing. Yeah, I know it is. I see them do it every day. They loved it. And when they're but then if someone asked about it, I'd be like, oh, blah blah blah. Like, oh yeah,
yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's cool.
Yeah, and that's why I think like kids that cared about the video games they played or nerds or whatever, they were like, oh, like fuck is it? You get excited about it, and then people hear someone excited, they're like, what the fuck? What the fuck's wrong with you?
No, but see, that was even that. What the fuck's wrong with you was even part of it. You would actually be. I feel as though many people, myself included, you were kind of drawn to that. But you looked around and knew that you weren't supposed to be.
Yeah.
So to get yourself on the good side of the other people.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, oh, you're way too excited about that little thing.
Yeah.
And even though you were stoked to see the passion in somebody, you needed to quell it and you needed to make a joke about it so you still look cool.
Yeah.
It's weird that when you were young and even today, because I hate it, so I just fuck it.
Yeah.
But even today, you're supposed to kind of be nonchalant about everything.
Yeah.
You're supposed to, oh yeah, it's just a thing that I kind of like it,
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to come off as too excited or excitable.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it's a big part of this show it was cool to see even the dude break down a little bit because someone said his painting was good. It was the first real painting he ever had.
Yeah.
And for a moment, when his friends realized that that's how he sees the world of Shibuya in the early morning, it was the first time he had a real conversation with his buddies who he's with every day.
Yeah.
And he called it out. It was the first time that he ever felt that. Which, I mean, as a dude, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
A lot of times when I don't express myself often.
Yeah.
Even around my close friends.
Yeah.
So there's those sometimes when it comes out
and
you're just like, oh, fuck. It feels so weird.
It really does, yeah.
To be emotional around your buddies.
Yeah. It really does. That's really cool though. I love that little moment when it's like, oh, I love that kind of like there was I could feel like a little bit of fear, like when it like the girl's looking at it and she was like, oh, whatever, it's made by him, oh whatever. But she was up whatever. But then the mainly thing is what I mean, like when all of a sudden the guy goes, hey, wait a minute, isn't that like what we were all looking at? And then all of a sudden it's like, where the
well,
are we talking more about this?
Because he was even like talking about the blue.
Yeah.
He didn't say that's what we were looking at. He said that feels like what we were looking at.
Yeah.
So the dude's piece of art captured the feeling of that time in Shibuya.
I also love that he tried because he tried to shrug it off when his buddies were like, is that the sky or the ocean? And he was like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And then his buddy was like, wait, was that the sky after the all-nighter? And then they were all like, yeah, that's how you see it. So it was this really pretty little thing, and he was like, oh my god.
Yeah, because it's just an expression of his.
Yeah,
was seen.
Yeah,
by people.
Yeah,
which I mean that's what a lot of art is.
Yeah,
especially in those kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do as much art as I used to, but it was always nice when people appreciated something that you spent a lot of time just sitting there working on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I really liked the girl,
I don't remember
the
her
smaller
name.
girl.
The little one.
I don't know if they were, oh, they did say her name.
Yeah.
I think it started with a K.
Yep.
But early on, he was saying the skin is green. Why is the skin green? Is this like part of the expression? Is it a mistake? Whatever. And then when she comes in later and he starts talking to her about it, she explains some of art technique and painting technique. And that's what really spurred him on to thinking about it. She said one thing to him that was, a lot of people brush off the artwork as just someone who's talented. This is just a talent.
Yeah.
But she studies and works really hard.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people do. I was talking to one of my friends a little bit ago. She's a tattoo artist. She's been doing art for years and years and years since we were in school together. So what? It's been 13, 14 years. She's just been doing tons of art.
Damn.
And she's a tattoo artist now. And her stuff is gorgeous. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I've sent you some of her stuff.
Yeah.
And I was telling her that I appreciate how much work she obviously puts in all the time. Not just on those tattoos, but between the tattoos and the years and years of work. Because we've done that. Me and you have both been doing stuff where you just sit there working constantly.
Yeah.
And people look at this piece, something that you're doing, and they're like, oh, that's really cool. But not a lot of people will look at it and be like, that's an accumulation of this person working 14 years on everything in this specific type of art.
Yeah.
This piece of art is not just the one thing they worked on for a month. It's an accumulation of all of it.
Yeah.
They've been working on this piece of art for 15, 16, 17 years to get to this point.
Yeah.
And people do brush it off, just like she said.
Yeah.
It's not just a talent. People who do art, painting, all this stuff, they work at it every day and they study it every day. It's no different from science. It's no different from learning all the skeletal and muscular groups when you're trying to be a doctor. It's just, there's not a specific type of answer like there is in mathematics or physics or engineering.
Yeah.
It's more of an ethereal deal, but it's no less difficult and time consuming.
I think it's one of my favorite pullaways from the show. I think was the emphasis on hard work. Not, I think like one of the coolest parts was that the most beautiful fucking thing the teacher said. When a person who works hard finds what they love, they're unstoppable. I was like, aw, that's adorable.
Yeah.
That made me really happy.
When a hard worker.
Yeah, when a hard worker finds something they love.
Yeah, because if you're working hard, because that kid in this he was working hard at everything. He's getting best grades in class.
Yeah.
Doing it for his family. They don't have a lot of money. He knows that he has to get a scholarship probably. But he doesn't give a shit about any of it.
No.
And he even kind of said it. He said, what is it? It's all useless.
Yeah.
I'm working so hard all the time, and it's useless. So it's cool that he finally found a thing. This is a thing that he can be passionate about. So if he works that hard on shit he does not care about.
Yeah.
Like she said, what happens when he finds something he's passionate about?
Yeah.
You'll just work so much harder, and you won't necessarily, it won't be like a slog.
No.
Because you're passionate about it. You want to do it.
Yeah. There'll be ups and downs, but it's caring about something. Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate the fuck out of this show.
Yeah. This was really dope.
Yeah.
Definitely hit home.
Yeah. On a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because I think, like I said before, it doesn't need to be into art. A lot of sports are a very similar way. They're like, oh, he has a God-given talent. They say that a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy, he's fast runner, like Deshaun Jackson a while back, a wide receiver in the NFL. Oh, he's God-given speed. Okay. Sure. Body type, whatever. Musculature, cool. But if he just sat on his ass and ate McDonald's all the time and wasn't out there running and figuring out routes and understanding how to work with a quarterback, he's not going to be a wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if he has quote-unquote God-given speed. He still had to foster it through working out and working on how to run and working with pads.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of things like that in sports and art and anything that's not, I guess, specifically what do they call, like a core English or math. If there's not one answer to everything, if it's not 2 + 2 = 4, or this is the way that you write a sentence, then people just kind of look at it as if you were handed a talent.
Yeah.
And now you just use it.
Yep.
As opposed to you worked really hard to harbor and foster that talent.
Yep.
Because there's a ton of people who are not as good at something. A lot of big sports stars.
Mm.
a lot of big artists.
Mm.
They weren't the best artist in their high school or their college,
Yeah.
or the best player in high school or their college, but they worked harder than all of the best people,
Yeah.
and that's why they got to where they are.
Yeah. Yeah. It was absolutely hit the nail on the head with the hard work. I remember I love when you see artists when they show like oh, this was me like 10 years ago, and it's this rough on a sketchbook, hard to look at picture, and you're like, oh damn, and then next to it's this beautiful piece, and you look at the comments, they're all like, yeah dude, that's talent, yeah, be good at drawing. I'm like, I don't think you understand how many days he had to do that, and he loved doing it, but he did it every day. Some days are hard or whatever, but like that's dope to see.
Yeah.
I loved it.
And there's so many things that go into it. On the old one, the 10-year ago one on the left,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard pencil lines.
Mm-hmm.
It's a non-understanding of form for shadows.
Nope.
It's a lot of misunderstandings that can still look cool. There's times when like there's art that looks cool, but when it's next to something that's well crafted, it completely fails on a ton of different levels, and you start to see the chinks in the armor.
Yeah, absolutely.
And on the right side, it's not just this is a better thing. It's look at how he used form and color to create this part of it.
Yeah.
The lines to have the weight of the lines for this, how the background goes in with this, how the colors work off each other for this part. Because it's not just a better piece, it's every facet of it is better.
Mm-hmm.
And each one of those took over a year to understand and be able to put on the paper.
Yeah.
Or the tablet, whatever they use.
I like when he was I like the little moment when he was doing his studying, and he all of a sudden he doodled something, and then he like went back and did his stuff, and then he like looked over and he was like, maybe I'll like doodle this real quick. And he was telling himself, he was like, it's worthless. What are you doing? Like, this is a waste of time. What are you doing? But he just kept banging it out and doing it because it was enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
And then he showed it to the art teacher and stuff. Like, how do I get better?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of us do that.
Like,
a lot of people, when they find something that they like
they try to tell themselves out of it.
Yeah. I did that with all the acting stuff, which still isn't doing much for me. But early on, because I was going to school for physics. I was going to school for physics and English. And when I was taking acting classes, I was like, what a waste of my credits. Because I'd have one semester I was doing everything for English.
Yeah.
And then I had an acting class. And an art class, actually.
Okay.
Life drawing and painting. And then the next semester I would do everything for physics. Because I was going to ship myself off to a 4-year college for one of them once I chose.
God damn.
And then I kept having an acting class every time. I was always like, I just want to do it. Like, it's fun to have this.
Yeah.
And then when I was thinking about it, it was, I can't do that. Obviously. It's such a small percentage that'll ever have a return.
Yeah.
Why would I waste my time and money on being an actor?
Yeah.
And you talk yourself out of it a ton.
Yeah.
You're sitting there going over scripts while you have physics class.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm just wasting my time looking at these words when I should be studying for, I don't know, any part of physics.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when I got into it was I remember I was middle school, and I just got like super excited that I hadn't done anything acting wise that I know of. But I the first play, I immediately like went and grabbed it, and I worked on that. I wasn't a good student in any way. Didn't do my homework, didn't do any of that stuff, but I got off book really fast when I got the part. And it was a musical.
Little Shop of Horrors? Is this?
No, that was high school. No, this was called Dracula Baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I was Rensfield. I was little Igor. And so I didn't have a song, thank God. But yeah, I remember I was in the thing, and I was very excited. It was a lot of fun to just work on something. And I was so excited to be in rehearsals. I was so excited to just be a part of all like the staging and the lighting and stuff. I was just so excited to be a part of it. Yeah, and then like that stuff I always kind of attacked. And then I'd say the same happened to drawing later. But yeah, that one I would say like there wasn't, and in school too, even like when it became a subject I cared about, like in history. I was a D student. And then when it got to American history to World War II, I love that time period in life. I just wanted to learn about the world during it. So when that happened, I even my because I got to that teacher, and that almost that entire year was that section of school. And the teacher was like, I don't understand why the other teacher said that you have bad grades. You're an honor student. Like, you're an honor grade level. You're getting A's every test. I was like, yeah. I was so excited because
I like it.
Yeah, it's because I gave a fuck.
Yeah. How did you feel about quote unquote artists before you ever started liking drawing or anything,
mm-hmm.
or acting stuff?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on big actors and when people would fawn over musicians and stuff like that?
What do you mean? Like, what were my thoughts on it?
So like before I did any plays,
mm-hmm.
for one, I loved to read my whole life.
Yeah.
And when people would give me plays to read,
mm-hmm.
I thought, this is the dumbest shit. There's only words. There's no explanation.
Yeah.
There's no world building.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Why would I ever do this? This is stupid. And then when there would be actors, I was kind of like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You're just saying something someone else said. You're not actually doing anything.
Yeah.
What is it? It's a joke. I do this on the playground every fucking day.
Yeah.
And I always drew from when I was, I guess I didn't have ill thoughts toward painting or anything, but I remember when I read the first play that I really liked.
Yeah.
Then it was called Cyrano de Bergerac by Edmund Rostand. And we started reading it in my English class sophomore year of high school. That first day we read scene 1 and 2 of Act 1. And I went home, finished it.
Yeah.
Because I loved it so much. It was one of the coolest things I ever read. Got in the next class, and we were choosing people to play different parts every time. So people would read every different class, a different part. Because I had finished it and knew everything, I would walk in and be like, you're going to say that you want to play this person, you want to play this person, you want to play. I just directed the whole class. And then once I then tried to be in the plays in school, and that's when I was kind of like, oh, I have to work really hard to do all this.
Yeah.
To memorize everything and then to figure out, I don't know, all the acting stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
In it.
Yeah.
And that's when I was kind of like, this is a different thing.
Yeah.
I always shitted on it. I always thought it was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I had those same feelings that people have toward me now.
Yeah.
Did you have, when you thought about acting or people in movies or big Picasso, or because I got to say, I'm not a big fan of Van Gogh, Claude Monet, Picasso.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Cubism or Expressionism.
Yeah.
But I will look at it out of appreciation.
I was going to say appreciation for art in general.
Yeah. I don't look at the new, what is it called? The new stuff. It's like there's a toilet bowl.
Oh, I can't stand it.
With something sticking out of it in the middle of a room.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, this is art. I went to a place and they had literal used tampons stuck on the wall as an art piece. And then someone had pictures of their shit in the toilet, Polaroids.
What the
on the wall.
Fuck?
And they're like, this is our art installation. That kind of stuff. I'm like,
no.
What? No.
Stop. I'm not gonna lie. Can't you fucking blame Dali for that one?
I don't think so.
I think he kind of set that he kicked. I mean, don't
Salvador?
Yeah, like I think his domino effect have rippled down to people being like, I mean, you could do anything and call it art.
I don't know. He's a lot of his stuff is real, I think.
No, agreed. He had meaning, but what I'm saying is because of the randomness of it, people's first thought was this is stupid, and then they would be like, well, there's a meaning to it. But I feel like nowadays people are just trying to hide behind that curtain that they're trying to like pull over.
Well, yeah, I guess it was him and somebody else that made the lobster phone.
Yes. Because I think a lot of his
Which
stuff
that's
was
pretty
also
fucking stupid too.
a lot of his stuff was also, if I remember correctly, was very big on the point was to kind of make fun of, or not make fun of, attack the tropes of art in general. He also wanted to. It was a big statement for him.
Yeah, and I mean that has value. It seems like
Yeah.
merit and value.
Yeah, there was.
I think
there was a
Andy
reason for it.
Warhol helped a lot with us having some stupid shit.
I don't know Andy Warhol's
The
stuff.
tomatoes, the tomato can,
Oh yes,
different colors of the tomato can,
yes,
different it's like pop art.
yeah.
I think that helped a lot in it just being like, what the fuck?
To answer your question though, and when I was younger, I don't think you understand how little my world was. I didn't know artists. I didn't think about artists. I didn't think about what it was like to be an artist. It was never even it didn't even occur to me that people made a living off it. It's just never even something I gave thought to. But actors, when I was little, I wanted to be an actor because I saw Robin Williams in Aladdin, and I was like, that's what I want to do.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, I just want to be Robin Williams. No, but I was like, he just seems like he had so much fun. And I was absolutely in love with the energy. I was like, oh, you just get to have a fucking blast in the booth. And so I was like, that's the best thing in the world. So I looked at actors kind of like, that's amazing. And then I learned, and then when I joined the play, I learned that it was a lot more work, and it was, you gotta have to like learn the lines, you gotta learn the thing and all stuff. And I was like, this is fucking brutal.
Hold up, were we the exact opposite of one another?
Yeah, that's what I was listening to. I was like, this is very different.
That's fucking hilarious. Dude.
Yeah.
Because you were like, oh, you just have fun. And I was like, oh, you just have fun.
Yeah. So I will say, but I found the first play I actually loved was in college.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which one?
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are
Oh,
dead.
dead, yeah.
It's my favorite play.
That's a good one.
I can't. I've never attacked a play like I've ever attacked that play. I remember the teacher was with us. He kind of wanted to push us, and he goes, he'd go for
Which teacher was it for that?
Bill Mesnick.
Mesnick. Okay.
Yeah. But he was very big on kind of like, he wasn't just gonna let us do the bare minimum. He was like, no. I want to see you do the homework, all that stuff. Teacher that cared. And
debatable.
all right, well, he cared for this part, and so he was very big on and so he explained it, and the idea behind the play enamored me, absolutely blew my mind. I was like, what? You mean like these characters are like they exist in a realm behind a realm that was made for a play? What? Like it blew. I was like, it's like they only exist when main characters are around, and when they're not, their world stops. But they still exist, but they don't know how they got there because they're people who are suddenly brought to a place because another main character changed sets. Because in the stage of Hamlet is now on a boat. Well, that means that Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are on a boat, but they don't know how the fuck they got there because they weren't there when Hamlet was told. And so the idea just fucking blew my mind. And I remember I got the play and read it and watched the movie, and then I was looking up stuff. I was like, this is the coolest shit. I was blown away.
It also helped that Gary Oldman was in the movie.
Oh yeah, and then I learned that Gary Oldman was. Oh dude, I was like, I love this, because I was also told to find like an actor's actor that's not just the big ones. It was like, try to find an actor that cares for the.
I remember Gary Oldman. During that time, I don't know if it's still the same today, but while we were in college at acting school, if anyone asked your favorite actor, Gary Oldman was the answer.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that still the case?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I would definitely say. I would say.
I mean, he's phenomenal.
Agree. Yeah, I very much love Gary Oldman. I was so happy to see him win the Oscar. I'm very proud that both of my favorite actors have won the Oscar.
Oh yeah, I forgot about your other one.
Yeah, I'm a DiCaprio guy. For all of those listening,
I'm very much not.
Yeah, but that's fine. You were there. I think you were there when DiCaprio got the award, weren't you? We watched the Oscars together.
Yeah,
I think that year.
I
remember I tipped off the beer. I was drinking Guinness.
Yep.
But yeah, I very much have had a very very good time watching them and kind of like watching them grow. But yeah, he played that role, and I watched it, but in no way did I watch it and be like, I have to do what he's doing. I don't think I copied his
Oh
movements.
yeah, I don't think.
But it was just fun to see a character be like a played like this, and it was just so like the kind of meeting of the stars. I fell in love with the idea of this, and then because I'm always attracted to side characters in plays and movies and any form of entertainment. I love side characters. I think side characters are a huge part of the helping the main character grow.
Yeah, side characters are better characters than main characters are.
Most of the time, yeah, because you also, I think it's very important to. So here we go, Dragon Ball. So someone brought up, I remember I saw this dude's YouTube, I can't remember it. I'll try to, maybe I'll say it or something, but it was, I could actually find it if you bring up a story next. But it was this gentleman on YouTube made his whole video of like the archetypes of Dragon Ball, why they're so important, why are people so drawn to them, why is Vegeta such an interesting character, why is Piccolo, and why are they different? And then he finally did a video on why is Goku so alluring, even though he's so fucking dumb. And this is Dragon Ball Z, not Dragon Ball Super. That's just stupid. Dragon Ball Super,
an idiot.
Yeah, that's just poorly written. I don't give a shit. Fuck it. No. But Dragon Ball Z, the guy pointed out in the video was like, there's a huge part of what they were going for Goku is that he, in no way, shape, or form has he changed or grown or evolved as a character throughout. But there's a reason for it. And I was like, what? And so he pointed out like that the entire show exists because he can't change or doesn't. And that causes the world around him to move. Him not changing causes these villains to do things, invites challenge, causes the other characters to have to grow around him. Vegeta was furious that this fucking idiot was able to do these things, causing him to grow, causing him to do the Majin, causing him to, and it was all these little steps that moved inside. He aimed a bunch of other things. And so it was so cool to see like the importance of each step of like side characters, whereas you don't say you purposely grow the main character or you purposely don't grow the main character so the side characters grow. And I love that. I love that whole use of character types.
Yeah, it's interesting you bring that up because when people especially are making big budget movies that are supposed to reach a very broad audience, a lot of times their main character is super boring, and you can't really fault them for it because the main character needs to be almost a blank page that the audience can relate to for the whole story. And that's why the side characters are so interesting, because they can actually be their own character and have their own life and what they are trying to attain, all that. So the main character, I guess it's cool because Goku needs to be his own thing, so he's never growing. That way the show can have other stuff around it evolve and revolve around him.
Yeah.
But then in something like all the rom-com movies, your main girl or main dude just has to be a stick or like a 2x4.
Yeah.
So that you, Joe Schmo, sitting at home can be watching this dude who's falling in love with this girl and be like, I love her too. I love her in the same way he loves her.
I love her too.
I associate with him so much, and all you're actually doing is being tricked into being that person.
Yeah.
You project yourself onto their face, and then all their friends become your buddies too. And they get to have their own little life. But there are some, Serendipity is my favorite rom-com of all time. I feel like that kind of breaks on it. They all have their own characters. If it's well done, then you can have whatever you want. But if it's not, if it's a Marvel movie and everybody up there has to be their own blank bullshit canvas archetype that other people can look to.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I am Captain America, but I'm also a little bit of Tony Stark. But, I'm also a little bit of the Hulk.
Dude, don't get me started on OCs.
Oh, we're not going to talk about OCs.
No, dude, I'm going to talk about OCs. Oh, by the way, I found the artist. It's Totally Not Mark. That's his name.
Totally Not Mark is the one that talks about...
Yeah, he does a bunch of other videos, and one of the titles is Frieza, the unsympathetic villain. Why that's important to the archetype of that he doesn't grow. Kind of like, so he goes into he read books on like character type and stuff so that his channel can grow and he can learn more. But yeah, he's very big on it. Sorry. Back to OCs. Dude, yeah, it's fucking, I hate it. Hate every minute of it.
We never started on OCs.
No, dude, I'm fucking bringing it because that's also people that don't care to invest in story type and stuff.
Their person just has to be perfect.
Yeah, but also they're deeply flawed, but also perfect in every way.
Yeah. I'm always there for my friends and I'll protect my friends, but sometimes I can't be near my friends.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know?
a loner. He's a loner. He's been alone his entire life. That being said, he has a couple of best friends that he would die for.
Yep. He's an introverted extrovert.
Yeah.
That's just people who talk on Facebook.
Dude,
so.
yeah, I was going to say that's just an Instagram bio.
Yeah.
Dude.
People really do that. Like, okay, so my favorite animal is a tiger and my favorite reptile is a king cobra. So my OC has the elements of tigers and cobras that are the best elements of tigers and cobras.
Yeah. That are the best ones.
Yeah. And none of the downfalls.
Yeah.
So you can see, like, they have the eye slits.
Yeah.
That help them see better in the night, even though that's not how it works. But also they can see better in the day too.
Yeah.
Because it's just part of their character.
I remember I love the flawed characters. I love all that stuff. And so I remember, this is dating myself here, but
Don't fucking say that.
No,
we're
get ready
not
for
old.
Dude, so I went on this role-playing site.
Oh God, here we go.
But it was an Alien versus Predator role-playing site because I loved AVP, still love AVP, love it. And they had forums of like create your own character, and then you can join other role-playing things. It was such a fucking cool concept to me, blew my mind. I think I've talked about that. Like I couldn't write.
Mm-hmm. You've told me about this a bit.
Yeah, and so I was like fucking illiterate. And so, but I wrote the thing because I was like, I want to have a little character and stuff. So I wrote it. I thought spell check would just save my life. It's not how that works.
No.
They thought I was actually special needs. In the comments, they were like, first they were like, do you not speak English? And then they were like,
really, it was that bad?
Yeah, because they were like, dude, are you? And then they finally got to the real question. How old are you? And then I had to leave the website. But yeah,
was it an 18 or older?
Yeah, because they had death, murder, and some of the subjects talked about sex because they had to develop a story, and so their characters would have sex.
Okay.
But so they couldn't have, it was 18 or above. So I was like fucking 13, 12, 13. Yeah, I'm
still a teen though. That should be fine.
Dumb as shit at 12 and 13. Can't write goddamn thing. But so anyway, yeah. So I wrote this. I'm gonna give myself. I was probably younger. I was probably like 12, 11. I'm gonna go there. So anyway, I wrote this thing, but it was big on the character, the character I had, because I remember I read a bunch of the characters that they first created, like their intro or whatever. Because the whole thing is, if you create a predator, you had to write the first hunt. What was the first hunt your character had? And so I read a bunch of them, and I was like, Jesus Christ! It was like, Grognar is the strongest predator on the ship, and he knows it. And I'm like, Jesus. Like, dude, the entire thing is like, he butt fucks everything he hunts, and he's the best thing ever, everything, forever. I'm like, all right, cool. That's fucking boring. So the first thing I did was like, all right, my predator is inept at hunting, fucking loves technology. So he likes tech. He has cool stuff. Has no idea how to use it. Has never hunted anything yet. So this is his first hunt. So here we go. And so I like the idea. Couldn't write to save my life, but I was already not a fan of can do anything. I'm like, dude, that is so boring.
Yeah, well, that's also every isekai.
Oh yeah.
Almost every single isekai is they're in a new world. They're perfect. Everything's great. They're the god.
Yep.
Nobody can stop them.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this Blue Period was a dope show.
I always love when we go off and then you just the show.
No, but I mean that's part of it. There's two reasons that we go off on something.
Yeah.
One of them is just because we feel like talking about something different.
Yeah.
During the discussion portion of this. A lot of times if the show's really bad, there's something bad that makes us laugh and then we go off on a different tangent based on that.
Yeah.
And I think this one is a different kind of it brought about the passions.
Yeah.
And that led us to different passions with me talking about Cyrano, you talking about Rosencrantz and Guildenstern's dead.
Yeah.
That's the path that we went down on because of the what the show presented to us.
Yeah. The show absolutely kind of like, so I said like the hard work thing really hit home because I draw. And so one of the things that like absolutely, because you went to school for it and stuff, but I didn't go to school for it. And so in a couple of years ago, when I started drawing, you actually were a huge help for every time I asked an art question. Every time you were like, I was made for this.
Yeah, dude, I spent a lot of time working on art that I no longer do.
So it was like you were that girl that I walked up. Why is her skin green? Well, and then you were explaining like that kind of stuff was always cool. But one of the things was every day on my 10-minute breaks, I didn't eat. I didn't have food. I would go out with my sketchbook. And I remember my boss at first was like, are you really gonna spend your 10-minute drawing? I was like, yeah. And every day I drew on it. And then on my lunch, I'd draw. And I got home, I ate or whatever. But at work, I just drew. And it was just so much fun. And yeah, I'm working. And then on my break, I draw. And it was just it was the funnest shit. Some days I was like looking forward to it. I was like, oh, I can't wait till I get out there. I'm going to fucking draw something.
But that's so funny to me. I guess it's not funny. That's just an expression that we have. It's another covering thing that we were talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny, quote unquote, that for your 10 minutes or for your lunch break, you would draw and someone would come up and say, are you really going to draw for your break? When somebody else just turns on a YouTube video.
Mm-hmm.
And that's completely fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Other people are just sitting there just waiting to get back to work.
Yeah.
And that's so normal. It's so normal, in fact, that you look weird for doing something.
Yeah.
And people will ask you, why are you just doing something now?
Yeah.
It's strange.
Mm.
I'm not saying that it's wrong.
Mm.
I'm just saying that it's strange that this is the way that we look at life around us.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I when I crosswalks, this is gonna
dude,
sound,
I was like,
this is gonna sound stupid.
Give it to me.
But like, there's a lot of times when I'm bored or I'm just not having a good day,
or
like I'm angry about something, and I'm walking. Like I walk to go print stuff off, or I walk to do whatever instead of driving there because I just feel like I need a walk.
Yeah.
I get to the crosswalks and there's those big white lines.
And
I just need to make myself not pissed off.
Mm.
So I jump between them.
Oh, I love doing that.
I don't touch the ground between it.
Yeah.
And people look at you like you're fucking stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Like they want to stay as far away from you as possible because you're obviously out of your mind for doing that today.
Yeah.
But then every once in a while, there's one or two people. You see 20 people look at you like, don't ever look in my direction because I'll get the plague from you.
Yep.
And there's one or two other people that will just do it next to you.
Oh.
And I don't know. It's just there's a much smaller amount of people that will put themselves out to have fun. Like you'll open yourself up to a bit more fun in your life at the expense of people looking at you like you're an idiot.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who are like, that kind of looks like it's kind of fun, whatever. But I couldn't possibly do it because of the way everyone would look at me.
Yeah.
And that's so sad.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I do that shit all the time.
No,
I would choose not to do something because it'll be like, yeah, but everyone will look at me like I'm an insane person. So
it's not just like you make the decision to never be affected by that. It's something that you overcome in that moment. But yeah. Me wanting to be happy is sometimes every once in a while me deciding I just need to make myself okay. Yeah.
I'm not trying to bring that down to like a dark place or
No. Yeah, of course.
Just deciding that I need this for me. Sometimes it outweighs the.
Have you ever? I know I have those, but have you ever had the like? There's no way I'm not gonna fucking do this. So two examples of the same thing but different motives behind them. One was yours exactly. I was out on a really rough day. It was really low, and then I was just standing in a mall plaza. I was just standing there, like sitting down. Sorry, on like one of those little benches, looking probably like I'm gonna fucking kill someone. And then I looked at the water jets that shoot up on the ground and fall back down. And I just said to myself, I was like, you need to do something that has nothing to do with sitting and thinking about what you're thinking about. So I ran through the jets. Got fucking soaked. Looked like an idiot. Because I was sitting there looking like I'm going to kill someone. And then I just stand up and run through this water.
Yeah.
And get fucking soaked. And then I walked back to my dorms soaking wet. And I was just like, squish, squish, squish. All happy about it. I loved it.
Yeah.
But I was saying, like, have you ever had like the same thing? Like you feel like so I was at the water jets and City Walk. I saw them. I was with Linda. And she looked at me like, don't do it. And I wasn't in a bad place, but I looked at that thing and I was like, I really want to run through them.
Nothing will stop.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm going to do it. And I'm like, I'm going to look fucking stupid. There's only kids in that right now. But I want to run through it. And so I did it. I ran through it. I looked fucking stupid, and then I walked back. And it was like this breath of like, yeah, I look stupid. I don't care.
Yeah.
I had fun. That was dope.
Yeah. And I just think sometimes you need that. And I honestly feel like more people need to just do it.
Yeah. Believe it or not, sometimes looking stupid feels fucking dope.
But even sometimes you don't look as stupid as you think you do.
Yeah. You think everyone's looking at you like the stupid, but
yeah. And half the time, a large group of those people aren't looking at you at all.
No.
The people you think are looking at you aren't.
No.
And the people who are kind of, some of them, sure. They're like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah.
And some of them are a little envious of it, but they're not going to say anything.
Yeah.
And then some of them, a small percentage of them, will see that, find it exciting that it looks so fun.
Yeah.
And then maybe not that day, maybe not the next day, but sometime in their near future, they're going to let it loose too.
Yeah.
Just have that little bit of fun. There's a thing that I think about sometimes. Everyone talks about like Elon Musk and whatever the fuck the Amazon guy is. What's
Jeff
his name?
Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. They look at these people and they talk about how you have so much money. You have so much money. Why aren't you fixing the world with it?
Yeah.
And one, the amount of money these people give to charity is more than you give them credit for.
Yeah.
But two, people who have all that money, nothing about that tells me you need to fix everything.
Yeah.
That mentality seems so stupid and backwards to me. Instead of a small group of insanely wealthy people doing everything for the world, if every single person just does a nice thing every day, you don't have to buy stuff. If you do something as small as smile at somebody down the street, or you help open the door for them, or if somebody looks like they need help carrying bags, then you help them. If each person on earth, one time a day, just helps another within their means, everything will be much better than screaming at a small group of people who you think should do everything for you.
Yeah.
Just if more people just make things better for the world, and in whatever small place you can.
Yeah.
That would be so much better.
Yeah.
It's like if every person in the United States gives $1 to charity.
Yeah.
$1 to help a cause. That's an insurmountable amount of money.
Yeah.
$1.
Yeah.
So I get so annoyed when people look at a billionaire. You need to fix everything. Why the fuck would they need to fix everything if you don't help your neighbor?
Yeah.
Like if you don't do a small thing for somebody that day.
Yeah.
Buy somebody their coffee.
Yeah.
How can you tell them that they have to give up millions and millions of dollars if you won't hold the door open?
Yeah.
Come on, just sometimes you need to look at yourself. What is it? Be the change that you want to see in the world, I guess.
Yeah. Yep. Damn. Yeah.
You can't just scream at others.
Shit. So I don't think we even need to ask, but thought-provoking or oughta.
Yeah, I mean, this one.
Oughta for sure, yeah.
Yeah, big titties on that.
Yeah, that guy that drew the titty.
Yeah. I mean, not the worst boobs. I drew better boobs when I was in elementary school.
Yeah, dude. He could have drawn circles and those would have been better.
Yeah.
That man likes
I will
saggy
say,
boobs. He that's the thing he drew.
I will say, I
Yeah.
think circles would have been worse because he actually kind of drew how boobs are.
And he also drew a torso. And so he drew where they would,
And arms.
roughly where they'd be. Yeah.
Didn't even try for a face. The face was off. the top.
that meant nothing to him.
Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, the teacher even said, however big they are, jiggly,
Yeah.
all that stuff. That man couldn't draw a jiggle to save his life based on what I saw.
No. Yeah. He didn't give a fuck about nipples either. He was just like,
He
poke,
did.
poke.
Oh yeah, he did.
Like he just with the paintbrush poked that. There you go.
Oh yeah, but how? When you were 15, were you drawing areolas? No, you were just dot.
Yeah.
Circle.
Yeah.
What was that old thing? Circle.
Circle, dot. Something. Like, yeah. Yeah.
Wasn't it? There's like around the corner fudge is made.
Yeah.
It was like something lemonade.
Oh God, fuck! What
Because
is
wasn't it like
now?
the top part? It was like bump lemonade points to your Peter, and then round the corner your butthole fudge is made.
Oh my
There was
God,
something.
I don't. Yeah.
It's milk lemonade.
There
Round
you
the corner
go.
fudge is made. That's what it was.
Milk,
Why
milk,
the fuck
lemonade.
were children saying that back in the day, bro? What an insane.
Dude? Oh my God, I do remember learning that as a child.
Yeah, girls used to do it in my elementary and middle school.
Yeah.
They'd just be like milk, lemonade, round the corner. Shut it down. If I was a teacher, I'd be losing it. Where'd you learn that? Is that from your parents? Get them on the phone.
I'm gonna beat their ass.
Okay.
Teachers got to throw hands.
Yeah. I used to get mad at the teachers when they'd chew gum. Because, like, you tell us we can't chew gum.
Damn.
So I'd force the teachers to spit their gum out.
You're like, or let me chew gum.
Yeah, that's what I said. We had a
Yeah.
vice principal in my middle school.
Yeah.
And during lunch, I saw him chewing gum. And I walked up to him. I was like, hey, vice principal,
Yeah.
you can't be chewing gum right now.
No.
He's like, what are you talking about? I said, we're not allowed to chew gum.
Yeah.
Why are you allowed to chew gum? And that motherfucker, to his credit, he said, you know what? You're right. And he went and spit that gum out.
Damn.
Credit where credit's due, bro.
I'd have been pissed because I bought the gum, and then a kid makes me feel like a shithead,
You can't be having that double standard.
bro. Then fucking kids.
Hey, he's working at a school.
Yeah.
If you can't deal with kids, I could never work at a school.
Never.
I cannot deal with kids.
That's what, like, nowadays, like, whenever I hear someone's like, if I'm like, oh, like, where are you and stuff, like, what do you do for work? And they're like, oh, I'm a teacher. I'm like, oh, and then this will change the entirety of, like, you can, like, damn. They'll like, oh, like, what am I? It's like a teacher's like, oh, what are you a teacher for? Young kids. Damn. You have patience. And then I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I've never actually heard someone just be like, high school.
See, I would want to do high school.
Yeah, if I was a teacher, I'd go middle. I'd go middle.
Why?
Because it's like you don't have to deal with babies, and they still don't care. But it's there. They're also not fucking all of them.
Oh, okay. Not what? Oh, yeah. I know. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was about to say, what school did you go to where they're all fucking? But you literally went to the school
Yes.
with the teenage pregnancy shit.
Yep. 17 girls.
Was
made
it
a
the pact?
Yeah.
Pregnancy pact.
Yep.
That was your place.
Yes.
None of them were yours.
No. God, you did not know. God. And then I love when I say that, like, whenever I have that, like, really firm statement, like, no, God, everyone's like, oh, you're so against it. It's like, no, I would never have had a chance. I probably would have been one of those guys if they asked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each one of them.
Yeah. Well, I've never seen them. I never met them. But I remember, like, if any of my hot crushes in high school were like, I want a kid, I'd be like, oh, I'm ready.
Yeah. I'll put it in.
Yeah.
I'll give you that baby gravy right now.
Yeah. Yep.
It'll be fast.
I was going to say, I'm like, all 20 seconds of it.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
20?
Yeah.
That's good.
Damn.
We're sponsored by erectile dysfunction. So.
Not even like Viagra. We're sponsored by erectile dysfunction.
Dude, I've been sponsored by erectile dysfunction from the first time that I masturbated. ED sponsors my whole life.
fuck, dude?
It lives in my head rent free, so it better be fucking paying me back at some point.
Damn.
Roman, let us know if you want to be part of this.
Hey.
Yeah, I really dig this show.
I agree.
I'll probably watch a lot more of it.
Mm.
As I said earlier in the day, not on the podcast, but earlier in the day when we were talking.
Yeah.
Slice of life is best. Is best category.
Yeah.
Best genre is slice of life.
Yeah. I think this season, everything I've seen so far, I'm absolutely in love with. The slice of lives have taken from what I've seen.
Every season. Damn. Slice of life. Instead of slice of life is genre waifu.
Is genre fu? No, it didn't.
Are you trying to?
Yeah.
Are you taking my thing?
Yeah.
Where you put words together?
Yeah.
I cannot deal with you.
Wifra? Genre. I didn't. I'll get back to you on that.
You're gonna sit there and think about it for a while.
I'm not gonna Google it. Don't worry.
You can't Google that.
I'm
How would you
gonna
Google it?
I'm gonna
Stick
figure it
together the words genre and waifu.
Yeah. I'm a Yahoo answer.
It's Jean Fu, bro.
It's Jean Fu. It just sounds like John's like fucking kung fu.
No, dude, I
It's
think
Jean Fu.
I think it sounds like a French dish. It's like, here's your escargot and Jean Fu.
Yeah, Jean Fu. It's like the soup.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
looks like
it's like
bisque, but you're like, what the fuck is?
Yeah, it's like it is a bisque on the side.
Mm.
It's just right there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You can always suck down a nice Jean Fu.
Yeah. And you have it with things because it complements the whatever you're.
You know what Jean Fu is, right?
No fucking clue, dude.
It's good soup.
Fucking son of a bitch.
That's what Jean Fu is.
Dude, you monster.
Yeah. I think everyone should check this out. I especially think dudes should check out this show.
Agreed.
Just saying. There's enough memes, especially there's that format coming out on Instagram and stuff where it's I have the deep urge I have the deep male urge versus I have the deep woman feminine urge too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all the feminine urges are like send a booty pic.
Yep.
Or whatever.
Yep.
And the dudes ones are like walk into the ocean and never come back up. Like all the dudes' deep urges walk into the forest and never walk back out. Things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's just you're supposed you bottle it up.
Yeah.
Or you fuck off.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying because I'm gonna bottle it up for the rest of my life.
Yeah, it's gonna continue.
It's never gonna stop that.
For sure. For sure.
Doesn't matter what people say.
But I'd like to start the road for others to not. You know what I mean? I'd like to help.
Still,
I'd like to
sometimes
help
don't be a full bitch the whole time. Like,
no, you can you can be a human being. You don't have to. I don't need to know when you're upset about everything.
Yes.
I don't think anybody does. But maybe when you're day after day on the verge of tears and nothing matters anymore and there's a lot of gray, maybe telling somebody would be pretty cool.
Yeah? Yeah? Got deep, bro. Maybe day after day on the verge of tears when nothing matters and you just want to die. Talk to someone.
And instead of making a meme where you walk into the ocean and don't come back out.
I'm telling you right now, memes are my outlet right now. Sometimes I send memes to friends and I'll send 20 of them.
Yeah.
And 14 of them are, I'm going to kill myself. Like a funny version of that. And it helps me get that out. You know?
Yeah. That is talking.
That is a form of talking.
Yeah.
For us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you just don't. I mean, if you walk around and you always come up to me and you're like, yeah, this is every problem I had this past week.
Oh my
Then
God.
I'm going to have a hard time.
Yeah, I'm exhausted
talking
already
to
just
you.
thinking about it.
Yes. And there's some people like that.
I'm fully aware.
But find some people that you might be able to bounce stuff off.
Yeah.
And then sometimes bounce stuff off them.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you guys know I'm never going to just come on here and be like, hey, so this happened.
Yeah.
And Couldn't possibly throw that out on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. And even if it doesn't come down to like a death that you're not dealing well with, or relationships that you're not having, whatever. If it's just something as to, I don't tell people about this thing that I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
Maybe do it.
Yeah.
Or just show them.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Or allow it to be seen.
Yeah.
I think that was a big thing that was kind of the big step, is because I don't think he did that painting with thinking that the boys are going to see it. I think he was just doing it because he really wanted to do it. And then when it was seen, he knew the risk that this is going to be put up. But that wasn't really the thought process. I assume he was just doing it because he wanted to do it. But the risk is that it would be seen. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just let it out sometimes. Show it off.
Let it go.
Just drop it on the table.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Put it on the table, son.
Yeah, put it on the table. We small, we big at the same time.
Hey.
That's the opposite of me.
Damn. Same.
No, you're small and small. I'm big and small.
Damn.
Yeah, which is worse, because since I'm big, the small looks smaller in proportion. So fuck you, bitch.